Hey everybody, Spencer Adkins with the Weather Blender blog. Happy Valentine's Day, the 14th of February. And let's jump right to it because we have more snow coming. Lots of people with a lot of questions about what is going to happen next. And we have some answers for you. We're going to start off here. Quick first image that we'll be looking at the radar. And you can see some snow already breaking out across sections of Kentucky. This was 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Now that band is going to be lifting in and filling in too. You can see the big area of low pressure out to the west though. That's the one that'll bring more of us snow on Monday, the one out across Missouri. So again, this is going to come by in some bands. The low pressure center is over southern Illinois around Carbondale, or if you will, Carbondale, if you want to say it fancy. All right, you can see the snow again is setting up at a pretty good band from central Kentucky back to the west. That low is going to trek to the east as we go throughout the next 24 hours and lift to the north to the east. I want to look out ahead. This is the 500 millibars. This is kind of halfway through the troposphere and generally around 18,000 feet in the summertime, a little bit lower in the wintertime. Big disturbance in the orange and the red there. Circle that. That's the big area of lift. Vorticity brings lift in the presence of moisture, and in the cold air brings you moisture in the form of snow. So that big bubble of vorticity is going to curve in the direction of my beautiful fancy red arrow right there, and that is going to bring us the snow again on Monday. That's looking ahead to 7 a.m. Monday morning, so the bulk of the lift isn't even quite here. Here's the model at the ground. We're looking at the NAM model, and I have to just tell you, we're not going to go through all the models because they all pretty much agree. Looking at the snow coming in again from Missouri on into eastern Kentucky, 7 a.m. Some of the heavier snow again just picking up. Now give yourself 3 hours fudge factor here. So that would mean that you could even see it start at 4 a.m., but it could even be as late as about 10 a.m. So about 3 hours either way. Looking at the moisture, well, we'll get to the inches in just a second. The moisture lifts through. This is by 7 p.m. on Monday, and you can see the advancement to the north and to the east with a bit of a gap around Huntington, Charleston, back down to the southeast, and the heavier snow across Ohio and on into north central West Virginia. The surface low then takes off. Now we're into Tuesday morning, 7 a.m., and the wraparound effect here with the cold air tucking back in brings us those upslope snow showers, and those are going to continue even through Thursday, so we don't even have to jump to the models on that. It's just there until Thursday. Now here we go. Snow totals by 7 o'clock Wednesday on the NAM. That includes the wraparound snow effect. The NAM's pretty stingy on snow, only about 3 inches around Charleston, only about 2 Huntington. Again, that's pretty stingy right there, but 12 to 16 in the high country, I wouldn't rule that out. That's going to be a very distinct possibility with the upslope snow in places like Richwood, Craigsville, and also Quinwood, Raynell. Looking out to the west, boy, 8 to 10 around Columbus, that'd be interesting. That'd have to be a very light, fluffy snow to make that 6 inches around Chillicothe, and again, stepping down in eastern Kentucky. That may be a little underdone in the middle, maybe a little overdone on the edges. Looking at the GFS model, boy, this is looking at things by 7 p.m. Monday, so that initial shot of snow, not very impressive on the NAM, only about 1 to 2 inches around Charleston, Huntington. But you know what? I have some more models that may clarify that. You can see a heavier stripe out to the west. I think basically that one is showing that you're going to have to count on the wraparound snow for a little higher accumulation. This is what we call the RPM model. We use this one in-house. This would be actually by, let's see, what do we call this? 3 o'clock Monday. And you can see 1 to 2 inches, Charleston, Huntington, maybe a little higher, 2, maybe 3. In southeast Ohio, 2 to 4 in the high country. This one does take into account a good bit of your terrain. I like that. That's only through 3 o'clock on Monday. I think we could tack a few more inches on top of that. That's a real good look. So that gives you a sense of the afternoon drive, bringing the kids home from school. National Weather Service says from, let's say, the morning Monday through 11 a.m. Tuesday that we should have about 4.5 inches around Charleston, 4.8 around Huntington, and it steps up significantly in southern Ohio, 7, 8 inches. That's because that big, heavier band should set up again mainly to the north. So there's a little bit of a gap there. And then this is what our model looks like that we use Predictor. And that's not too bad. Tuesday, 11 a.m., 2 to 5 inches just north of Huntington, 2 to 5 inches from Charleston, again to the east, and then that 1 to 2, that little lull in southeast Kentucky. And if you look out to the north and to the west, it's 5 to 7 across Ohio, 7 to 9 in the high terrain, again in eastern Nicholas, western Greenbrier. So that's a kind of an early call, and then we'll just tack on more and more and more snow in the high country on the northwest flow Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Real light, fluffy stuff, but easily by Thursday, over 1 foot of new snow, places like Richwood, again, Craigsville, and so forth, Mount Nebo. And we could see bands of snow, even in Charleston, Huntington, and to the west, bringing us light accumulations from time to time all the way through the next several days. So anyhow, that brings you a quick look at what the weather models are saying. Best timing, again, to bring you back up to speed. Snow begins in the morning on Monday for the morning commute. Then it lasts again through the middle portion of Monday. That's one ball of accumulation, if you will, then a break. Then the northwesterly breeze kicks in and we pick up more persistent, light, steady snow. But that will stack up a couple of inches. So 4 or 5 inches Charleston, Huntington easily by about lunchtime. On Tuesday, we'll keep you up to date here. A little bit later on, more on the Weather Blender blog.